They have some great things coming on Family Guy in the next 2 seasons. I'm really looking forward to this. First up is they are doing the Empire Strikes Back version of Family Guy. Yes. I can tell you this, Ollie, the weather guy, is doing Lando. Boba Fett will be played by the chicken. And they aren't saying who's playing Yoda and that sort of thing. And they do say that they do plan to eventually do Return of the Jedi. There are 2 episodes of Family Guy coming. Now, the writer's strike goofed a little bit of this up. Some of these were planned for last year. As such, I believe Star Wars 1 may not appear next year. They may have to push it back 1 more season. But he just signed a multiple-year deal. When are they going to do it? This is the story. Iron Man 2 is planned naturally. No big shock there. There's one camp that says that they are going to do it as the lead into the Avenger film. There's another camp that says no, they are splitting Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows into 2 films. Yeah. So there will be 8 Harry Potter films, not 7.
Time they did something like that.
So that's kind of what's happening right now. And there are some rumblings at Warner Brothers as to any way we can extend the Harry Potter series after the last film. So,
is there a way the book ended not like it?
Well, there is always what they were doing at the very last part, who they were sending off. They could always follow them. That's always the thought.
They probably are going to do extended editions, or hopefully they will.
We have Bond 23 already announced, even though Quantum of Solace is not come out. You know, I'm really interested to see how this is going to work, because I don't know if you follow this. They've had some really horrific luck on this film. You know, you had the Aston Martin apparently skidded on a slick street and crashed into a body of water. There was apparently a guy nearly killed when a stunt, went awry. There were rumors that Daniel Craig got smacked around a couple times. There were rumors that there was an actual real shooting going on very close to where they were filming some of the things. So this has been like, well, Bond the tough guy here. I mentioned the Smurfs, complete with CGI, and earlier on I mentioned how there was a lot of remakes planned of My Bloody Valentine, Friday the 13th. Well, that's right. Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's back. So, not to be outdone, I mentioned Beverly Hills Cop 4, but now we're getting to some real interesting stuff, and this is going to be definitely one that people are going to remember. And remember, like I said, the magic number is 20 years. If it's over 20 years old, they believe it is ripe for a remake. And the sad thing about it is you're looking at those films going, hey, didn't I just? And then you're like, wow, yeah, that was high school, wasn't it? They are apparently going to do another Dune movie. Even though they've done a TV series, even though we had a movie, they apparently are going to try to do another movie and make it as a series, a film series that is not a television series. So stay tuned for that one. Robocop is being redone. Yeah, exactly. You saw those of you that saw the trailers earlier, we saw Gears of War.
Nice.
They are considering strongly making a movie out of that. And then we get to 2011 when things get really, really, really interesting. The Hobbit with Toro, right. Spider-Man 4.
And The Hobbit's going to be 2 movies, right?
Right, 2011 and 2012. Apparently, depending on how The Lovely Bones plays out, Peter Jackson might slowly work himself back into the good graces of Hollywood. And from what I am told happened, there was a lot of controversy over the Halo movie. The gist of it was that the studio said, okay, look, you're going to have to rework your deal. And we got to bring the budget down for this thing. He wasn't willing to do it. I'm Peter Jackson, I'm Lord of the Rings, blah, 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 blah. And they said, yeah, and you're also Peter Jackson of King Kong that cost a fortune and didn't really bring a lot of money in. So let's see you do something that wasn't recycling a classic book. Because let's face it, to be very honest, before he did that, he was the king of the low-budget action film. Frighteners, and even before that, Meet the Feebles and, Dead Alive and films like that. So they said, look, apparently things escalated, and I've heard it got to the point where he was pretty much asked to leave the studio. But there is a talk that there is a little bit of an olive branch that even though Del Toro is handling the Hobbit films, that there might be a place for Peter Jackson, at least as a technical advisor or something like that. So that's where they are moving forward with that. The rumors edition of the show, where we talk about stuff that has been widely circulated, but it's still looking for a home, looking for a release date, looking for a director, looking for, you know, various factors to come in. Now, these are films that the studios are very interested in doing, but the question is, how are we going to do these? Who's going to star? Who's going to direct? When are we putting it out? What format? The first off is Escape from New York. Now, they're very interested in doing a remake and starting the franchise over. John Carpenter had a script called Escape from Earth, or at least an outline, which would be the third film in the series. Go on, go forth. They apparently, at one point, had Gerard Butler considered, that's the guy from the 300, considered to be the new Snake Plissken to carry on the series. Apparently, Kurt Russell was like, well, he's a Scot, you know, he was asked about it, he was very diplomatic. He said, you know, I like Gerard a lot. Snake's an American, and I always pictured him as the classic American anti-hero. And there you go. And of course, you know, I'm from the camp saying Kurt Russell is still in fantastic shape. Like, here's a little idea for you. He saved the outfit from Escape from New York 17 years later when they went to shoot Escape from LA. He took the jacket and pants out of the closet, put it on, and they fit perfectly. Now, I don't know how many of us can grab clothes from 17 years ago and fit it on, but...
Not me.
Yeah.
Hell no.
My thought is, you know, I mean, honestly, if you can think of like the hottest celebrity right now, would you rather see them playing Snake Plissken, or would you rather see an older Kurt Russell playing the character?
Kurt Russell.
That's my mentality. I want to see Kurt do it because I don't want to see someone else interpret it. It's kind of like this whole thing with Magnum P.I. They have been kicking around the idea of doing a Magnum P.I. film for a while. The leading candidate was George Clooney. But yet, in a recent poll, most people said they'd rather see Tom Selleck come out and do the thing, considering they're only a couple of years apart in age.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the thought is, and this is where Hollywood mentality, well, Tom Selleck is yesterday's news. He's the TV movie of the week guy. You know, he's not bankable. He can't open a $50 million movie. But George Clooney, yeah, he's an Oscar winner. He's a big star. We can get George Clooney into it. So, you know, that's kind of how the mentality goes. And my thought is, okay, well, why don't you do it on a lower budget with Tom Selleck? You know, go that way. But, you know, we have
George
different...
Clooney movie, don't call Magnum P.I. that.
We have very different thoughts of things. So, this leads me to the fun part that I talk about, which is developmental hell. The films that you go, damn it, get your act together, put the things out. And yes, folks, I hate to say it, but I have to put Justice League of America in there. They had the script. It was said to be brilliant. They had it all figured out. Yes, they had some issues about, well, we may have to cast a different Batman, or we may have to cast a different Superman for this because we can't get the others, but we'll go forward. They even had a problem with the toy manufacturers over this. As in, which Batman do we look at? Do we use Christian Bale as the model, or the Batman that you're going to cast in the Justice League of America? Or do we kind of have a Batman that's a conglomeration of the two, whoever the actors come out to be? At the 11th hour, it was decided that the script needed some more work. Then came the writer's strike. They're currently in the script needs some more work, let's see what we can do pile. So, problem there. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is being considered to be remade and redone. And anybody remember that, I think it was the 70s, the Fantastic Voyage, about the people that were shrunk down in the submarine? It's coming back. Now, mind you, I've been hearing this for about 5 years now, but apparently it is popping up again on the planning stages. As is Logan's Run, which is apparently much closer to William Nolan's original vision of a much younger age of 21 rather than 30 for the Day of Death. Puss in Boots Ogre Slayer is now being considered, which would be the Shrek spin-off film. We showed Tron 2 earlier. There's talk that they are looking at the massive multiplayer game City of Heroes to see if that can fly.